Oh my gosh, trying to make this work was a pain in the butt, guys. I planned this about an hour ago just to come live, just to talk with you guys because it's been quite a while. But of course, 10 minutes before I'm supposed to go live, I get on the computer, I get everything set up, and I have no audio, no video. Everything is garbage. Everything needed to be reset. It was just an absolute pain. Got a few people in the house. We got Betty, we got John, we got Tanya. It was good to see you guys. I know it's been a while. It's been such a long time. I looked back to see when my last video was. It was in December. It was in December, and I think my last live stream was also in December. And we're almost through the third month of the year, and I've been super busy. It's been a time, guys. I've been busy with just general life stuff, and because of that, life stuff has to take priority over the fun stuff, the hobby stuff, which is what Cemetery Road is. And not only have I not been making videos and posting them, as you see, but I haven't even been to a cemetery in months. Like, I have had no time to go and do the thing that makes this channel possible. And I'm happy you guys have been patient. I have lost subscribers, I've lost members, which is totally fair because I haven't been putting up any content. But I'm hoping to change that. I've got plans coming up real soon. My schedule is opening up just a little bit. That's going to allow me to do more stuff with the channel, and I'm excited for it. But I'm not going to sit here and chit chat all by myself because I invited some interlopers to hang out, and good on them for joining at the last minute, because literally I was just like, in 45 minutes I'm going live. So here they are. Weeping Willow Paranormal, we got Cassie.
What's up?
We got what's up, sir? What's up, madam?
Hi. Not
Hi.
much. Hi.
Tanya says, oh my god, Jason, you are alive. I am. I've just, like I said, I've been busy doing stuff and things, real world stuff. So, hanging out with the family, working a ton, hanging out with the girlfriend when I can, trying to cram all my personal stuff into the short hours that I have, and then just not having any time to do stuff for YouTube, which kind of sucks because I do still love this channel and I still do love creating content for you guys. It's just, you have to prioritize, and this is not a priority when it comes to family and work and our life.
I hear that.
Also,
We've been
I haven't
on
these guys in forever.
I know.
Like, I've talked to Ron in 2025. Me and Ron have probably hung out, like, on the phone, chit-chatting twice. Like,
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
at links. Busy.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Life is busy.
It's been
You guys are
insane.
lagging hardcore.
Oh, is it us or you? I thought it was because you were lagging.
Yeah.
Are you frozen? No,
Uh-oh.
I can see. No, I can see his
you're
eyes.
lagging.
Are we lagging?
Oh no.
Oh, muffin.
We have full
You're
signal.
lagging to me. I don't know.
We have full signal, so I don't know.
Yeah, our internet is good.
Toby, our dog. Tobe, come on.
Laws from Oz says, what the heck? Ask me. How many times I blinked when I saw this notification? A lot.
Oh, yeah, our camera.
Just, your camera.
I'm in pajama bottom right now.
Says Jason keeps freezing up. Sorry, John. Listen, with the amount of problems I've had trying to just do this live stream, I'm not shocked.
The main question is, sir, are you drinking anything special tonight?
Well, I happen to be.
Yeah. Oh, what is that?
A little item we got on our Louisville trip.
No. Is that
I don't have any
the
beer in
new-
the house, so I had to go
new
hardcore.
special? Hey,
It is indeed.
nice.
Whew. So it's a little harsh.
You gotta put it on ice. You need a little ice, just to
Oh, I did, and then I had to deal with my computer, and then the ice melted while I was dealing with my computer issues.
Ah.
But other than that, I don't know if y'all in the chat can let me know if I'm still like freezing up and stuff, because I may just like dip out and restart my computer again and leave these two at it for a hot minute.
We'll just take over.
Oh, Tanya said, yeah, Jason's freezing now and again.
It does not shock me. So I'm gonna bop out. I'm gonna let you guys talk. I'll leave you with this question, which
All
I'll
right.
probably have to ask again because I don't know. I don't know the answer either because I was just looking at this. You guys haven't posted any videos in like 3-4 months either.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's
maybe
been a
you
while.
can let us know why.
Yeah.
That's easy.
So you
Wow.
tell the people in the chat why you guys haven't posted in a while, and I will be right back.
All right.
Well, hi guys. If we freeze, let us know. So Jason asked a good question. We've kind of been MIA. I have 3 locations I still need to edit. So it's not that we are not investigate. Oh, I
yeah.
mean, right now we haven't really investigated, but I have 3 locations I still have to edit. We have potential of one coming up in the next few months, and then we have a for sure one that's in August booked. But life just got absolutely insane, and I'm the one doing all the editing, and with work, because I don't know if most people probably know, but I'm a registered massage therapist, and near Christmas time, work gets really busy. Oh, our dog keeps knocking. So near Christmas, a lot of people are using up their benefits. So I was just running ragged, busy with work. Life just was getting too busy, wrangling 5 children. And I just I couldn't keep up. And when I would have spare moments, I was like, I needed to rest because I didn't want to get burnt out. But we are going on 4 years with our channel. Actually this month, I opened my channel 4 years ago. I didn't start posting until August or July, I think. So we've gone on 4 years, but I am going to I'm going to start posting. I just really need to just sit down and focus on that. But that's where we've been. It's not that, it's not that we've been it's not that we're like not doing YouTube. We are. It's just a matter of life just got crazy. So,
Yeah.
And it's, having 5 kids, and it's just nuts. Ron, don't pick
Sorry.
Toby's head. Toby got attacked by a possum, so she has a boo-boo. But or Tanya, the question, any investigations in the near future? One that is not for sure yet. Like, I don't want to jinx it, so I don't really want to talk about that one yet, just because it's going to be freaking epic.
That'd be pretty cool.
It'll be like really epic,
Yeah.
mind-blowing epic, if it actually works out. I have a few locations I can get to that are local. I just have to reach out to them. But the one that's for sure happening in August is at Wildwood. We were supposed to do it in February, but life got super busy and we weren't able to make that weekend, so we just rescheduled it. And the closest we could get to was August. Yeah, that was the next time I could book it. Well, July, but we couldn't do that July weekend.
Yeah.
So we need a new computer chair, guys. Don't mind the arms. But so Wildwood will be in August 2nd, I believe, is when we have it booked. So that's the next actual investigation. But 3 locations that we did do was Nell's Manor, which me and Reese did in September. Not so far back.
That's a long time ago.
Guys, I'm so sorry. But yeah, Nels Manor was in September. We did train station in beginning of November. And then Wade Manor, we did also beginning of November. We brought along our friend Mark for that one. So that was a really cool location. Like that one, I just need to edit, but I have 3 other episodes. So guys, or 2 other ones. But so Wade Manor might be a 2-parter. The train station will be just 1. Nels will probably be maybe 1 or 2. So we definitely have stuff coming up. I have locations I can reach out to. So we have lots of stuff happening. It's just a matter of time. And to add to our life, as life is annoying, as Ternia says, we're renovating our house. That's why right now it kind of feels like a drop ball right now. We are going to be putting an HVAC system in our house. So yeah, life's gonna be crazy. So just throw that all in. And rugby season's starting too. So that'll also create more chaos. So
yeah, it's, I mean, there's no other way to say it other than like life gets in the way. And this thing we do here on YouTube is one of the first things that gets put to the side. It's not like we are killing it or ending it and not doing it anymore. It's just the priority is going to be our life stuff. And when we can, we will be back here. So my channel's not going to like disappear one day, but my availability to put out the content that I used to, which was like every single week, it's just not there. I just don't have it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to force content on you guys that's just like half fast and there's no thought or feeling to it, because I just have no time to go out and travel to places right now. Because I work a lot of hours and my time off is very limited. So to find time, because I've kind of, I gotta leave my general area to go find places to check out, and I just don't have the time to like drive 4 hours in one direction to find cemeteries. But I am going to be getting time here soon. And one of the things, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it. I don't even know when I've mentioned it. I'm pretty sure I did either a live stream or I posted something, but I'm going to be going to New Orleans next month.
Nice.
And I'm going to be filming a bunch of content on that trip. So I'm going to be going on that trip, filming a ton of content, much like we did in Louisville, where we traveled. I filmed a bunch, and then I had enough content for like 6 months.
Yeah.
That's going to be the plan with New Orleans. I'm going to go hit cemeteries along the way. I'm going to hit cemeteries in New Orleans. I'm going to do kind of like a travel video. I'm going to do some stuff for the members only stuff. So if you're not a member and you still want to support the channel, go for it. It's going to be a fun trip, and it's going to be able to allow me to create content that I've been wanting to do for this channel for a very long time.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
Yeah. I've never been. It's one of those bucket list items to not only go to New Orleans, but to go visit St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, which is the most famous, cemetery there. There's a ton of cemeteries I'm going to be checking out. Plus, I'm going to be traveling through Louisiana. So I'm going to be able to like hit a bunch of places as I go through Louisiana, which I'm super, super excited for.
Awesome. Looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, me too. AO says, we get it, Jason. There's no need to explain. We're here to smash the like button whenever you are ready. True fans.
There you go.
I appreciate it. Laws from Oz says, legit question. Sorry if this is too political, but any concerns as Canadians traveling to the U.S.? They introduced a new 30-day visa, I heard.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too, because if you guys don't know, there's a reason why he's the Canadian Bacon. Weeping Willow Paranormal is based in Canada. That's where they are from. They are Canadians. And a lot of your investigations do tend to have you dipping into the United States. and I was wondering this as crap is all hitting the fan around here, if that's going to hinder you investigating here in the States or not.
I mean, I don't think like so. Just before, not to be political, but before Trump became president, I went on a trip to Nashville.
No, he was already president.
Oh, was he?
Mhm.
Or he was just president?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, he was just
Yeah,
president.
we haven't even hit 100 days as president yet.
Yeah.
So I got thinking to myself, geez, I'm going into the States as a Canadian, and I didn't know if that was like how things would.
And it was fine.
It was fine. Like honestly, I don't think I not to be political or anything. No, it's not being political.
No, I said just be careful.
No, I'm not being political, but like it was fine. It was fine. I traveled into the States. I'm Canadian, Ontario license plates. There was no animosity. I didn't feel like
a homeless guy actually yelled at him.
No, not a homeless guy. It was a guy with a karaoke machine on the side of the road, like, doing his thing, singing music.
A homeless guy. Our homeless people have karaoke machines.
He goes, hey, Canada, we love you, Canada. Sorry about everything that's going on right now, but we love you. And it was, it was all cool. It's all cool. Like, I don't know who.
It's fine. I think it's starting to ramp up a little bit. Like we do have to go to Ohio next month because our Everett is playing. Our son is a drummer. He's playing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So he's, yeah.
What?
When did this happen?
What?
Because I didn't know. Yeah,
no.
He's going with his music school.
Yeah,
he's gonna be playing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's doing pretty legit, right there.
They're doing a recital, like so he's gonna play.
Come Together by the Beatles.
He's playing a drum track to Come Together from the Beatles.
Yeah, a drumless track, and he plays along with the drums. But
nice.
Yeah, so I think that'll be okay. I think you can go for like short
travels
and don't buy things to come back if you're only there for less than a day. So
I don't know.
No, because people are getting like tariffs and stuff. So I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a little bit political, but
I think there's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot of hype, and I don't know.
But
I got friends
who
agree
with that. There's more hype. There's a lot of words being thrown around. I don't think it's going to be a problem traveling between the countries too much.
I don't think so.
The fear is that it would get worse down the line. Just it's one of those things that you guys specifically have to pay attention to if you're going to be like doing a lot of traveling across the border, which is something you guys do often anyway, just because of how close you are to the border.
Yeah. Because we're 5 minutes to Buffalo, like by the border. Like if so we just because really the only trips we have is Ohio. Oh, we have to go to West Virginia to go to Billy Bob's Wonderland for Everett.
Yeah, Everett wants to go to Billy Bob's Wonderland in West Virginia. That's
never heard of it.
It's an animatronics. Like
I don't know if you know the lore behind that, Jason, but
I will look it up.
Yeah,
it has to do. It's a whole thing, like Chuck E. Cheese, like Billy Bob's Wonderland.
Yeah,
it's. Man.
Showtime Pizza.
Showtime Pizza or
I know about Showtime Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we'll be going there. But we're gonna limit it. Going over the border. But that's fine. Tarnia did say about hibernating, like it's so cold. We're starting to get into warmer weather, but
it's not that bad.
We had a very wintry winter.
We had a wintry winter, but like it's not that bad. We're Canadians, guys. We're tough.
They're used to it. They're built of stronger
which,
stuff.
Jason, how's the weather your way? Because I heard you guys were in for like a lot of like wind and
that was like
rain
last week.
We
had a bunch of wind, like really bad wind. It did dip a little colder, but not anything crazy. The wind was rough. But in my neck of the woods where I'm specifically at, it wasn't too terrible. Didn't affect me too much. But it's supposed to like chill out now. Like we're supposed to have fine weather. It shouldn't be that big of a deal moving forward. Actually, it was like really nice today. So weather should be fine.
That's good.
Which, now that it's springtime and the weather's getting warmer, that will allow me to do stone cleaning, which is one of the things I didn't really
Nice.
get to do last year, is do a lot of stone cleaning. Partially because I was in a car accident and my stone cleaning stuff was in the car and got destroyed.
Oh, no.
So I've got to get some more stone cleaning fluid and the D2 and all that kind of stuff. But now that it's getting warmer, that's going to allow me to be able to go and do some stone cleaning, which I think is I want to make it kind of more of a thing on my channel this year, because I really wanted to last year and I didn't get to. I mean, most of my content from last year, a good chunk of it was our trip to Louisville. And since we were traveling and had no time to stop and clean a bunch of stones, it just didn't happen. And so I'm hoping to do more of that, which will be nice, because I could literally go to a cemetery that's kind of in rough shape, spend a couple hours cleaning stones, and each stone be a video, and I can pump out 10 stones. That's 10 weeks of content. Hopefully there will be a lot more of that kind of thing.
That's cool.
And that'll be easier for me too, but it's also something I've really wanted to do. I didn't get to do it last year. I'm really hoping to ramp that up this year.
It's actually pretty. It's a pretty satisfying thing. Like when you were cleaning that, like, I mean, even when last year when we were on that trip, and like I know we didn't do. I don't think we didn't clean any headstones on our trip last year.
Yeah, we cleaned we re-cleaned the. No, we had to.
I don't think we did any cleaning. We just revisited. We revisited the headstone that we cleaned. But like when we went to like cemeteries and we're like, remember we went to was it in Ohio? There's a really big one. No,
that
there was one. I think the one with the really big monument. Which one was that?
That was
Do you remember?
in where was it? With the brewery and the arcade.
The Jefferson Town?
No. Shoot.
Oh my gosh.
It was after Louisville.
It was you know the one I'm talking about, right? Like
where Ethereal is.
Huge monument.
Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah. Lexington. Right?
I'm literally drinking out of the
I love it.
Yeah, but when we were at that cemetery, like pretty much right where we parked, the very first chunk of stones that we checked out were just covered.
Yes,
and me and you went and scraped a few off.
We just like grabbed the plastic card. And we're like, actually, the card I used was from the Washoe Club when I was a Washoe Club member.
Yeah,
the first year we met. Card. And I pull it up like, oh, Jason, look. Oh well, you know, let's. I'm scraping the moss off this.
A bunch of the stuff off of one of the stones very gently. It was just caked on, so we weren't going to damage it by using our cards. And plus, these cards are pretty flimsy in general. So me and Ron managed to like scrape a bunch of the stuff off of like 2 or 3 of those stones.
Yeah, it was like a family, wasn't it? Like a family, like it was like
like 7 different family members, but they were all sitting under a tree. So they were well shaded, but also like everything was growing on them. Like it would have been such a satisfying clean to actually have the D2 there and the brushes.
It would have. It would
give those stones a once over because they were so like covered.
And that's like the part too. I'm thinking as I'm scraping the moss off these stones, I'm thinking to myself, this is so satisfying. But like I'm thinking about all the other headstones all over like everywhere in the world that like people are forgotten or like that just aren't cared about anymore, and here's this like little headstone and it's just so it's there but no one it's not even thought of. But then when like me or you and we go there, we don't know who these people are and they're old, and it's so satisfying.
That specific those tombstones were like about yay tall.
Yeah.
They're small, they're very simple. And you're sitting in a cemetery that is covered with grand monuments and towering statues and all that kind of stuff. these are definitely not the ones that are going to be cared for in the grand sense of things. It's going to get mowed, it's going to get trimmed up, so it's not going to get super overgrown, but the growth on the stones is never going to get touched. So like nobody's doing any of that stuff, because they're just not a focal point of that cemetery. They're not a grand thing like a statue or a mausoleum or anything like that.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I really enjoy cleaning.
Yeah,
up.
those are the ones that, like, when you see them, it's like, you know what? Those are the, like, you think about them more, even though there's these, like you said, grandioso monuments and big, huge headstones that are like cared for.
Or Jesus.
Yeah.
Lots of Jesus down in Kentucky.
Yeah.
That was great.
Tanya dropped Ron's channel, the Canadian Bacon Backyard Barbecue. Doing anything with that thing, son?
I mean, it's on the back burner, guys. Like, life is busy.
Because I'm editing the one editing.
and
you need your son in the background on the drums.
Oh my gosh. and it's hard to, like, with the Canadian weather, like, it's easier to do a barbecue video when the weather's nice, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely, here's a funny thing. So the job I'm at where I work, the guys found out that I have a YouTube channel, and they're all like, when's the next video coming, Ron? Like,
nobody
come on,
at my work will ever know
videos. What the
heck? I'm a very private individual when it comes to work. I don't tell anybody anything.
No, it came out. I don't even know how.
Well, it did.
Oh, you know how? No, okay. So here's the point. You'll laugh at this, Jason. So at my job, like the foreman will put out a mass text, like text messages to everybody. Like, we're in a group text, right? Well, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's Google or whatever it was, but it came up Canadian Bacon on the group text.
That's what it's, yeah.
And I don't know how. I don't know why.
Because it's your username on YouTube.
Okay.
So it's Google.
Well, anyways, so then all of a sudden the one guy was like, Canadian Bacon? Who's this Canadian Bacon? And he looked it up, and he's like, the next day I come into work, he's like, Ron, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
No.
I immediately checked it and looked at it and watched it, and it's hilarious. I love it. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then everybody else at work started finding out about my YouTube channel, and now it's become this thing. And it's like, oh my gosh. Now I gotta now I can't disappoint all these guys at work.
To start putting stuff out there, man.
Right? All these guys at work are like, hey, we're subscribed. We watched your videos. We want more. I'm like, oh, is it really? I said, is it really that good? He's like, we laughed. They enjoyed it. They said, I was like, I didn't think, I was just doing it for fun. All right. Well, I guess that's a sign. I guess I should keep going.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
AO says, only good people take the time to spend their time cleaning strangers' headstones. It's the ultimate sign of respect towards those who have passed away. Yeah, I think, and especially like, I think TikTok, YouTube, avenues such as that have made people more aware of the need for some stone cleaning and for the reason behind the stone cleaning, because a lot of people are under the misunderstanding that cemeteries care for the stones inside the cemetery gates, which they don't. There are some cemeteries that with the burial plan built into it will be a upkeep, a caretaking fee that the family will pay once a year, or they'll put, X amount of years up front when they get the plot.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's the family's responsibility to care for that stone. If it starts falling apart and dwindling away, the cemetery doesn't do anything for that. If it breaks, the cemetery does not fix. Like, that is up to the person's family to care for it. And we're going into cemeteries that are hundreds of years old in some cases, and there are graves of people whose families have either moved away from the area and they resettled elsewhere, or they didn't have family and they were buried and forgotten, or their family has also died off, or whatever the case may be. but there's nobody to care for those stones. When you go to a cemetery and you see a stone that's just worn down by weather, by the elements, and it's overgrown, that's just the way it's going to be until it deteriorates to a nub. So folks who are going out, who are inspired by people on YouTube or TikTok to go out and safely and respectfully clean these stones, that's going to have that stone last a little bit longer, because that stuff that's growing on it's going to break down the stone. It's going to allow it to wear down even faster. So these stones are going to remain a little bit longer. The memory of these people are going to remain a little bit longer. And I'm glad to be a part of that kind of thing, and inspire people to either do the same or at least respect the work that's being done, maybe support those who are doing that work. Because I do think it's important to care for those who came before us, especially if you understand that mentality of like the cemeteries aren't caring for these things. So it's up to us just as human beings to do this.
Yeah.
What else? I can't remember if I said hi to Mike. Hi, Mike. Mike B.
Bye.
I was half worried that like I was going to start a live and there would be like no people showing up to hang out because everybody's moved on in like the 3 months we haven't done anything. I think in Australia, the local council looks after the cemeteries. It comes under our rates payments. It's different everywhere. So yeah, and again, it's some cemeteries will take care of these things, especially if it's a historical cemetery. Just recently in my area, I think it's about 10 miles away from where I actually live. There's a cemetery that basically it got overgrown. And when I say overgrown in terms of you couldn't really find the cemetery anymore, it got overgrown. It was a place that I'm sure there used to be access in that area at one point, but as growth happened in the cities around it and towns around it, nobody really went to that area. The whole place became overgrown with trees, with bushes, with everything. So there was a community posting on Facebook of like, hey, if you want to help out and come clean the cemetery, come on down, bring chainsaws, bring weed whackers, bring rakes and shovels. We're going to make this accessible. It was like a 2-week process, like a 2-weekend long process of making it so that this place was just cleaned up enough that people could go and visit there.
Oh, wow.
Because nobody is taking care of that cemetery. Whoever was in charge of taking care of that cemetery a decade ago, like it just doesn't exist anymore. So nature just started reclaiming that area. And this group of volunteers went and cleaned it up. I really wanted to go, but it was during a time that I was at work. I couldn't go. And by the time I got off work, they were kind of wrapped up. But I'm always down to help in that way if I have the availability. AO says, well said, Jason. One day we will all be long gone, and it'd be nice if strangers, I always forget I can do this. It'd be nice if strangers showed random acts of kindness to clean our headstones in 300, 400, or 500 years' time. Yeah, it would be. That's why I do this channel. You know, I've got like 3,400 subscribers. Hopefully, at least one person, you know, takes what we do here to heart and goes and cleans a cemetery, cleans up a stone.
Yeah.
Something. Even if you went and walked around and read the stones, like that's enough.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really have much else to talk about. I'm going to New Orleans.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
When you not being morbid, but like when you're said and gone or dead, are you
dead?
Or like
sorry.
What are you? Do you want to be buried and have a headstone? Like, do you have an idea, or do you just?
I don't, which is weird because I get asked that question a lot. Like, what's your headstone going to look like?
Yeah.
Where are you going to get? I'm going to get cremated and my ashes sprinkled in you know where I grew up.
All right.
I have no interest in being put in a box and being in a cemetery. Like, I know that's weird for a guy who's like respect cemeteries and like it's just I've never had the interest in being buried. And also like I don't like the idea of putting that cost on my loved ones. Because to get a casket and a vault and a plot and all of that stuff, that's a huge chunk of money that I just don't want for my family. There's no reason to burden my family after I've gone with a financial hit just so I can be stuck in the ground. Especially if that's not what I wanted. Like my family, my kids know cremation. They know where I want to be sprinkled. That's good enough for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm probably on the same ballpark. I don't want to be buried. Just cremate me and,
No, what? I would never wanted to be. Is it like
put him in a slow cooker?
Yeah.
Grind his bones up and make pellets out of it to use in the smoker.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh
Right?
my God.
It's just
No.
There are so many weird ways people they die and their remains get turned into diamonds, or they become fertilizer. Like they get ecologically quote unquote buried and become fertilizer, or some of their ashes is put into like records, like albums. Like they get sprinkled in the wax that makes an album. Like there's a bunch of weird morbid stuff out there.
Well, this is funny because
even Law says getting my ashes made into a piece of jewelry appeals to me. The only thing I have a problem with that, and I don't have a problem with it, a worry, is that you have your ashes turned into a diamond or put into like a necklace or something like that, and then you lose it. Because I lose a lot of stuff. I would be so upset if I lost my mom. That would just tear me up.
Like back in the day though, like I always was afraid, like my views have changed now, but like I was afraid to get cremated because of what happens if I was alive. I got burned to death.
I mean, that was a big concern in general. Like I would assume maybe this was more like when they did like funeral pyres. But like now when they put you in a box and they slide you into the oven kind of thing, the crematory. Like if it was a funeral pyre, they light it up. At least you'd be like, "Oh God, I'm still alive." You could have a chance to jump out. Not if you're in that box shoved into an oven. Like,
that's it. You're done.
Yeah, but it goes back to people who had the the saying "saved by the bell" came about because people were worried about being buried alive, so they created a system where there was a pulley that a bell would hang on your tombstone, and the cord would go down into the ground into the coffin, so that if you did get buried alive, if you happened to wake up, you just pull the cord, the bell would ring, and someone would come dig you up and save you.
Have you ever in your journeys of going to cemeteries seen that? I know obviously
I have not, but there are cemeteries that have either tombstones and or mausoleums that still have a functioning bell system. Like you can't ring it, like you can't like grab a cord and ring it. But you can still see like the application of the bell stuff. I would love to find one.
That would be cool.
And I know I could go online and be like, tell me where one is, and go and travel and find it. But I kind of would rather just stumble upon it.
Stumble upon one, because
they're out there.
Those are the best kind of finds. Like when you find, like when you go out and like you do your traveling through cemeteries and you find those unique tombstones or whatever, right? That's the best. Like just like Googling, what's it? You know what I mean? It's better to just stumble upon it, right?
Yep. And I do like have a list of places on my Google Maps and stuff of like, here's some specific cemeteries I want to go to because they have certain types of graves and stuff. But
Yeah.
for the most part, I'm taking advantage of when I'm traveling. I literally, as I'm going, I pull up Google Maps, type in cemetery, and see what's around me. So I'm not
Yeah.
really planning specific cemetery trips most of the time. I'm just, hey, I happen to be going from point A to point B. Let's see where the cemeteries are in between that and hit them while I'm going, which
Mhm.
makes for a little bit longer of a trip, but that's what I love to do.
Yeah. What makes it more fun?
Yep.
It's like an adventure, right?
Law says these days you'd want a phone in your grave. Bury me with myself. I mean, your service would probably suck in there, but why not? I guarantee there's lots of people these days who are like, just put my cell phone in there.
Yeah.
Bury me with the thing I love the most.
Oh my. Yeah.
Did you
AO
hear-
says, I'd be happy to be thrown over a ditch and let wild animals eat my carcass and 2 lollipop sticks glued together as my headstone. Dang.
Oh.
If I had known it was an option when my mom passed, I would have gotten a necklace with her ashes in it. It
Hmm.
is, again, that is I feel it's a cool way to remember somebody. I would just have that fear of losing it.
Losing it, yeah.
Because I have seen those stories of like, they make like little ash holders. So much like a necklace, but you put a little bit of the ashes in, it seals up, and you can hang it from your rear view mirror.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've seen people be like, hey, my car was stolen. My mom's ashes are inside.
No.
Can
Yeah.
somebody
Oh, no.
help me find my car? Or if you took
Yeah.
it, at least bring me the ashes back.
Yeah.
Something
Somebody
to
help me.
that
Yeah.
degree.
Yeah.
That it freaks me out.
Yeah, I have my papa's hair in a locket, but I rarely wear it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Like a glass locket, like you can see it. Slightly creepy, but
A little bit creepy,
yeah,
guys.
he's buried.
I mean,
There's no
look,
ashes.
look at us. We're hunting ghosts and hanging out in cemeteries. So like it works.
I mean, it was the thing my mom did for all of us. So
Yeah.
he had nice hair. I'm gonna stop.
This was from his mullet.
No, my papa had the best hair though. He did.
Okay.
For his age. I mean, he was not that old when he died. He's only 66, but like his hair was like.
Listen, I wear a hat for a reason because I got a solar panel up here. I just gotta.
I'm
This
just
is
having
where
a
my
bad
hair
day,
is, and
so-
it's so gray now. It's ridiculous. Betty says, "I got my hubby ashes and my son's too."
No.
Yeah, I mean, cremation is kind of. I don't think I've ever wanted to be buried. Like as far back as I can remember, I've never had like that in my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
me
again
just
is weird because I like cemeteries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me just goes in if I'm alive. That's my reasoning. But now I'm like probably gonna change that. I haven't fully decided yet.
I mean, do the whole like maybe like you know how they can do like a viewing, but then you get cremated because that's what they did with my oma,
Yeah.
right? You know,
I
they
don't
do-
want a viewing. I don't like nobody needs to see my dead body.
Yeah. I don't want anybody like crying over me anyways.
People are gonna cry.
I don't want people crying. Like I want people to remember the good times. Like I always
I'll
have
pour
this
several out for you, sir.
like, I have this Hawaiian T-shirt, and I always joked and said, you know, at my funeral or my burial, I want to have the Hawaiian shirt on. I want it to be a happy time, a good time. I don't want people like I want them remembering the good times. I don't want them, you know, because it's part of life. It happens.
Yeah.
We're only here for a little bit. We're not, like it'd be nice if we could live forever, but that's just not
Yeah.
possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The human-
I think I've always had the idea of like my funeral had better be a party. Like
Yeah,
it needs to be
exactly.
a celebration, not like everybody wearing black and crying.
That's right.
Like
That's
I want people hanging out, drinking beer, telling all the crazy ass stories about my life,
yeah.
and
Oh.
hopefully realizing like we don't live forever, and for them to go out and live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
You see Tanya?
What?
The idea of keeping a deceased person's cell. It's like everyone.
Betty says, "I don't want to be in the ground with bugs." No, me neither. Yeah, Tanya said, I love the idea of keeping the deceased person's cell and texting everyone after the funeral saying, thanks for being at my funeral. I would allow that.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Did you see the thing that kind of went viral thanks to TikTok? He was either Scottish or Irish. I can't remember. I want to say he was a Scot. That he recorded something. Like, I guess he knew he was going to die. Maybe he had cancer. I can't remember. But they were having his funeral and they were lowering his casket into the ground. And they played over a speaker him going, hey, let me out of here.
Oh my gosh.
It's dark in here. Like, everybody started laughing, like laugh crying, because they were like, this is absolutely him. He would totally do this. And then there was the one, it was at a funeral. They were in like the church. The casket was behind the person who was talking. I want to say it was like his wife. And the wife was like, against my wishes, this is what he wanted, so I'm going to do it. I just wanted to let you know that this was not my idea. But he asked for this song to be played at the funeral. So here it goes. And they play the Pop Goes the Weasel song. And then she like looks over at the casket and it goes, but nothing happens. She's like, okay. I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
that would be the kind of stuff I would want done at my funeral. Law says they will be forced to listen to my Spotify playlist at my funeral. It would be better if it was your Spotify playlist from like 20 years before. That would be way more embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because I have found like playlists or like mix CDs for you youths. And I'm like, oh man, I made this when I was in high school. I'm gonna give it a listen, see what songs are on there. And I'm just like, whoa, man. My taste in music is awesome.
I've been on this like 90s kick, like of music. But luckily Everett the other night was
late
listening
1900s, you say?
Yeah. So it was like, anyways, Everett really likes 90s rock, so that was kind of cool. So
well, that cover band I saw last night from Pearl Jam, holy cow. Unbelievable.
Wait. That you saw?
What's that?
That you saw?
Yeah, I wasn't there.
No, Cass didn't go. She didn't
want to. You didn't take her to the Pearl Jam cover band?
I invited her.
I was exhausted and I turned into a hermit. Like, I've been really like, even today, I had a good hour and a half after work because I had a massage at the group home. So I was like exhausted, 2 group homes today. So I was exhausted and I came home and napped. It was bad. But anyways, I'm a fuddy duddy, okay?
Listen,
I'm going to be 41 next week. So
I've been, over the past few months, in case everybody's sitting around wondering, like, where's Jason? What's he up to? I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen. I've gotten on a big Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay, like.
Oh, really?
Thing. So if you're at all sitting around being like, I wonder what Jason's doing, I'm watching Hell's Kitchen. And so, like, to the point where, like, that's what I'm always doing. I will come home from work. I will throw Hell's Kitchen on. I will cook dinner. My girlfriend, thankfully, she's okay with it because I'll go hang out with her and we'll make dinner. And she'll be like, so what do you want to do? I'm like, you want to watch some Gordon Ramsay? All right. I'm like, yes. So we just get in our comfy clothes and we watch Gordon Ramsay.
That's funny.
Gordon Ramsay has a restaurant in Oklahoma City. We're planning on going and checking it out.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes. I need good food. That's one of the things I'm going to be doing in New Orleans. We decided, I'm like, you know what? Because I'm kind of like in this foodie stage where I'm like very interested in like highfalutin, high quality food.
Yeah.
I'm like, here's what I want. I want to go to a very bougie restaurant. I want to go to like something that's going to cost us a couple $100 to eat there, kind of thing. I want to put on fancy clothes. I want to go to a very fancy dinner. Might as well be in New Orleans because, like, let's make it an event.
Sure.
So I've been saving up money so that we can afford a really nice dinner. But we're gonna go to a fancy schmancy restaurant, and we're gonna have
Nice.
us a really, really nice time. So I'm super excited.
That's cool. Cool.
Plus, we're doing a cooking class. We decided to do a cooking class that is going to teach us like 3 different Cajun style meals. Going to do that. That should be pretty fun too.
Nice.
It's going to be a good time, guys. I can't wait to show you all the stuff here on the channel because, again, I do plan on putting out content here very soon. I've got time coming up that I should be able to like travel out, go check out a couple cemeteries, but then also on this trip to New Orleans, I plan on filming a bunch of content for you guys, regular content, cemetery content, plus some behind the scenes type stuff, membership stuff. All that's coming. Can't wait. What else, guys? I think we're going to sign off here soon because I have to work tomorrow and I don't get to stay up late when I work, which is part of the reason why you guys don't see me hardly at all, because it is hard to do live streams at a time when people can actually be here in the chat when I have to go to bed at like 8:30. It is 8:30 for me.
Wow.
But if anybody in the chat has any questions, if you guys have comments, like this is your time. Let's spend the next 10 minutes just focusing on the chat. You guys ask some questions. Let's hear them.
Laws. See Laws'
I see a
comment.
cooking collaboration coming in the future on Ron's channel. There you go.
Could happen.
Oh, my computer battery is running low, which is weird because it's always plugged in. So if I suddenly blink out, it's because I couldn't find the charging cable in time.
Oh, no.
Because it has literally disappeared. All right, I got to find this cable. Ask some questions, guys.
Oh, hi.
Any questions?
Any questions at all?
Bueller? No. Okay. Get it?
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
Ferris Bueller, Diesel.
feels what?
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was reading about movie referencing. I guess
Oh.
maybe Ron didn't catch it.
No.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
classic.
Okay, that's right.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Come on.
I know, but I just did a thing and then you didn't know what it was.
Well, it's been a while. All right?
You know what Ron watched this week? Leprechaun.
Yeah, that was a great movie. I mean, cheesy, but yeah, it was fun to watch.
I watched it. It was funny because I got grounded back in '93 because I would have been 9, and I watched it. Well, maybe I probably watched it like a year. Well, you know how movies came out later, but
Yeah.
I watched it and I got grounded because I was at a friend's house and I couldn't go to her house.
I don't know why, guys, because it's such a cheesy movie.
Well, I mean,
like,
it's pretty gory.
not that bad. Like, come on.
I had to close my eyes.
It's not that bad.
As an adult.
I don't know how it's rated R. I mean, sure, a guy gets his leg chewed on and like there's blood and stuff.
I just can't believe it's Warwick Davis. Like,
right?
I know.
That's the other thing. Warwick Davis. I'm just like, wow, I can't believe he's doing a movie like this. But yeah.
And on a Hunger Games kick, so I'm listening to audiobooks because there is the 5th book from Hunger Games that came out. And then, yeah. So, I have to read that book, but I'm rereading the other books. So I made, Ron watch Hunger Games this week. But yeah, guys, any questions? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh, get my people to get in touch with his people.
No way, Laws.
What?
That is, hold on.
What?
This
Signed copy of Quicksilver
sequel? There's a sequel already? I'm confused. I read Quicksilver. Like that was one of my first books of this year I read. It was really good. I know it has mixed reviews, but I also got the audiobook. So I have to I always read my book like audiobooks, I always rereads, but Did you plug in?
That was way more work than it ever needed to be. I will tell you what. That was a pain in the butt. That cord was missing.
Wow.
So yeah, this is just I ordered a signed copy of Quicksilver sequel. I don't even know what that is.
Me
It's a
neither,
book.
Jason.
It's
Me
a book.
neither.
I didn't realize there's a sequel.
Here's a.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody needs or knows what I'm talking about, but does anybody know what ElfQuest is?
ElfQuest.
no.
No.
It's an old comic book from like the late 80s, 90s time frame. It was an indie book, but maybe some fantasy people out there knows what it is. I read it when I was in high school, like freshman, sophomore year in high school. And I recently found collected versions. They had made collected versions of the book, of the comics, and I had 2 of them. There's 14 in total. So I've been reacquiring all of those. Like I've been getting them all
cool.
so that I could reread that entire series, but didn't know if anybody knew about ElfQuest because I thought it was like a popular thing, but apparently it's a very niche thing because they were kind of a pain in the ass to track down.
I just started buying the Brandon Sanderson Mistborn series, so I have the first 3 books, which is surprisingly good. I thought it was more of like a kids series, but it's not. Like it's actually really well written. Yeah, I have way more books I have to read this year.
I recently started rereading a series that I had collected. I have the whole series, but I never finished it. It's like a 9-10 book series, and I've read the first 3, and then I would peter out, and then I'd be like, I'm gonna reread that series because I don't really remember the first book, so I'd reread the first 3 books, and then I'd peter out. So I've decided to reread the series again. Here's hoping. I'm halfway through the first book. But it's the Area 51 series by like Robert Daughtry or Daughtry.
Oh, okay.
And it's about Area 50. The first book is about Area 51. They have alien spacecraft and stuff like that. And when the first book ends, it's basically like we've revealed that aliens have come to Earth. They've been coming to Earth for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And they've left technology behind, and now a shadowy group is trying to collect that technology.
Okay.
But there's a small group of people who are racing around trying to get to those things and stop them, blah, blah, blah. But each of those things is like stuff throughout like history. So like, for instance, Egyptian stuff. So like the pyramids, Sphinx, all that kind of stuff, that is all aliens. So there's alien stuff hidden in there. Excalibur is actually a alien weapon of some sort. So there's like one whole book where they're searching for Excalibur because it unlocks something else. So it's a whole series of things like that. So I've always wanted to finish that series. I could never find the time to continuously read this whole thing. I'm trying again.
Yeah, I'm on definitely a fan. I got more high fantasy kick right now because I also did get it's a Robin Hobb series, but it's all fantasy. So I got like the books there too, and then Cassandra Clare had 2 more books come out. So yeah, it's just more high fantasy. And right now I just started reading because the other books came out. You know, Charlene Harris, she does like the True Blood, like the TV series, but there's like a book. So she wrote a new series. And I read like the first 3 books, I think, but then I forgot what they were about. So I'm rereading them, and then I'm not going to read the next 2 books. Kind of what happened to you, but I just read them last year, and I'm like, I don't know how I forget what happened.
It happens. We get busy. Our brain starts jettisoning information to make room for new information.
Yeah. I rated them like 5 stars, but I don't remember.
I think it's about time for me to head to bed, guys, but it's been awesome hanging out with you guys. And I do plan on trying to do more lives here. Maybe not every week, but maybe every other week. Probably around the same time. I don't know if it's going to be on, what's today, Sunday? But we will see. It's hard to find the time, but I'm going to try. And especially as I get closer to my trip to New Orleans, I definitely want to make you guys a whole part of that by posting more stuff about that. So be on the lookout. But it's been fun hanging out with you guys, and definitely we will see you guys soon.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
I think that's it. Hope you guys have a good week. It's Sunday night here, at least. So you got Monday coming up tomorrow. Hope you guys have a good, relaxing week. Get some rest. Do something fun for yourselves. Eat something good. That's all I got. Drink a good beer.
There you go.
My girlfriend last night made corned beef and cabbage.
Ooh.
So I got, and it was excellent. And I got like some Guinness. So I had like Guinness and corned beef and cabbage. Watching Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, nice.
It was good times.
Nice.
But we will see you guys soon. Again, thanks for being patient with our channels as we focused on our families through the holidays and getting this year started up. But we got more stuff coming for you guys. And at the very least, a few live streams on this channel to hang out. But until then, we will see you guys next time. Thanks everybody in the chat. Kathy, John, Tanya, Ao, Betty, Laws. I don't know if he's still here, but Mike B. Casara was here for a hot minute. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. It's been awesome. Watch good TV. Have a great week, guys. Especially watching good TV. There's a lot out there. And we will talk to you guys later. And until next time, remember, be safe, be respectful, have a good one.